Stories of lost cities have stirred men's minds for centuries. To this day the search goes on for such lost cities as Atlantis. In 370 BC, Plato gave the world the first written account of Atlantis, a rich island kingdom, advanced in knowledge, that was destroyed in one horrifying day and night, sinking forever beneath the waves. For centuries men have searched for the lost riches of Atlantis and suspected that its survivors built great civilizations everywhere from Egypt to Peru. Like most legends, the story of Atlantis has some basis in fact. In 1500 BC a great civilization did spread its dominion over a vast area, only to be destroyed in one horrifying day. The Minoan culture, centered on the island of Crete, was rich, scientifically advanced and peaceful. It spread its power over the Aegean and was known by the Egyptians. 1,000 years after the destruction of the Minoans, Plato learned from the Egyptians the story of a fabulous kingdom in the west of Egypt that had vanished into the sea. West became west of Greece to Plato, and then west of the Mediterranean to a later generation, until many would now locate the lost world somewhere in the mid-Atlantic. But just how did this culture meet its doom in one day? We must travel 75 kilometers north of Crete to the island of Santorini, then part of the Minoan kingdom. Santorini was the home of a volcano which towered some 1,500 meters above the sea. This volcano became active about 1500 BC and erupted in an enormous final climax in 1470 BC. The eruption filled the sky with volcanic ash, blotting out the sun, and triggering hail and lightning. Earthquakes shook the entire Aegean, tumbling temples and houses into the sea. Half the island of Santorini sank. Enormous tidal waves engulfed villages, towns, and cities all over the Aegean, extinguishing in one night the fruits of centuries. The survivors faced famine in an ash-covered, defoliated land. The Black City, placed in a silver coffin, resting on the crowns of 78 rulers he had overthrown, Genghis Khan was buried on the Mongolian plains amidst one of the largest and richest treasures of all time. The plunder of Asia went into the tomb of the great conqueror. When all the ceremonies were completed, 10,000 elite horsemen rode over the grave to obliterate all signs of its whereabouts. The tomb is said to be near the town of Karakoto, the Black City, in the Mongolian province of Ordos. Lost cities of Asia. One of the great mysteries of Central Asia is that of certain secret societies and legends of secret cities and powerful masters that inhabit them. There is the abode of the immortals in western Tibet, the sacred city of Shambhala in the Gobi Desert, and the underground city of Agartha supposed to be on the border of Nepal and Tibet. If these cities exist, we can only imagine the untold riches and wonders they must contain. Paititi. One of the enduring legends of Peru is the lost city of Paititi. In 1533, fleeing the Spanish conquerors, some 40,000 refugees of the crumbling Inca Empire, laden with golden religious treasures, fled into the remote jungle of what is today Peruvian Amazonia, where they established a great city. A Jesuit missionary named Brother Lucero wrote that the city lay behind the forest and mountains eastward of Cuzco in the general area of Madre de Dios. The Spanish tried to pursue the fugitives, but turned back after being ambushed by the savage Chumco Indians.